Yeah.
He's like John Cassavetes. We don't say action, we just start the camera.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, warm.
Oh.
If it's that cold, whenever I'm under a cold ring light,
An
it's like
icy-
every zit, scab, lesion, pore.
This might be the story right here.
They're all just on naked display.
That's kind of how we like to start a food podcast,
Yeah,
I think. I think that's
What?
the great
That's
open.
normal.
Lesions and pores.
Yeah.
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 Just
Linguine,
taste
Was
right?
the
Ooh, that's
original
great.
title of the song of the Christmas? You know, Silver and Gold.
Yeah, sure.
It was
Yeah.
Lesions and
yeah.
pores.
Lesions.
Wow.
It got changed in the script, man.
I believe that.
All right, we're doing it. Welcome to the Cheat Day Show. I'm Ryan Reiss, joined as always by Mehran, and also joining us on audio tech today, comedian Kitty Reynolds.
You had to look that up.
Yo.
Yeah.
I saw you look at that.
Yeah, it was like,
I love
Kitty,
your name.
Catherine.
Kitty Reynolds, right?
Kitty, you sound like someone on Match Game.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, like she fell out of Lonnie.
Yeah, in the middle chair, it's Kitty Reynolds.
Oh my God, Adam likes my name, guys.
It's a great name. Yeah. No, it is like password, $100,000 pyramid.
Yeah.
Kitty Reynolds.
Kitty Reynolds.
Mehran, introduce our guest.
Oh my God! Listen, we are unbelievably fortunate. We really are to have a talent of this caliber with us today. We have writer, director, producer, comedian, Mr. Adam Ferrara, ladies
Thank
and
you,
gentlemen.
man.
Adam Ferrara,
Thank
come
you.
on.
And in the lower square, it's Adam Ferrara.
Yeah. Listen, if it's good enough for Shadow Stevens,
That's what Shadow Stevens. Look at you young buck.
I'm a young buck.
God, I was going with Paul Lynn and George Goebel.
Sure.
You know who used to host the first Hollywood Squares?
Who?
Peter Marshall.
Okay.
His real name is Pierre Lecoq.
No, it isn't.
Swear to God.
I won't.
Swear to God.
Why would you
Oh,
change that?
Yes, you will. We just met, man, but I'm pretty sure you will.
I can't wait.
His son was a professional baseball player.
Pierre Lecoq.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen Pete Lecoq.
Yeah, Pete Lecoq.
I've
That's
seen
son.
I've seen his card.
Yeah.
Of course, people showed me the Pete Lecoq card.
Yeah, why do you have a baseball card?
I don't have it. People would just be like, "Look, it's Pete Lecoq." My entire life, people were like, "Yeah, Pete Lecoq." People are so kind. It's so nice to have you here,
Thank you,
man.
brother. Nice to see you.
Yeah, I mean, so we're here at the Comedy Cellar where we always record.
They've been gracious enough to lend us their space, their time, their stage.
Come on, we do. Are you kidding? We are slaves to this place, and they are. It's lovely for us to be back here.
Thank you, Esty. Thank you, Liv.
Right,
As
thank
you
you,
know
Esty. Thank you, Noam.
Adam knows.
Of course.
Yeah, Adam's an OG.
Thanks, Seller.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and Adam's photo is all over this place.
Adam, how long have you been doing comedy, man?
Oh God, I started July 13th, 1988, a Wednesday night,
He remembers.
open mic night at the East Side Comedy Club, Huntington, Long Island, on Jericho Turnpike.
Jesus.
Wow.
Do you remember any of your
In
bits?
Huntington?
I don't really, because here's what happened. I made the mistake of telling my mother what I was doing, and my mother's the original Twitter. You just say something to my mother, she hangs her head out the window, and there it is, right? So the whole friggin' neighborhood showed up.
Unreal.
And it was a Wednesday night. It's not like it is now, where everything's packed Wednesday night.
Yeah.
So they sold the whole thing out, because all my family and the neighbor, because I grew up in this little Italian-Jewish neighborhood, everyone knew it.
And you were like the funny kid, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
and they
I
were
was,
like, "Oh my God, Adam's trying to stand
I had
up.
no
Oh my
idea.
God."
And they all showed up. So I went on stage, and not only they showed up, they were rude. You know? they said something. So the 5 minutes of whatever I wrote never got done because my cousin said something, and it was just 5 minutes of me making fun of him, and I was killing, but, you know, I can't travel with an audience. You know, I
Right.
can't.
Especially
Right,
not
right.
for
Inside
your
jokes.
It's
your
not
family.
tested.
Yeah, that's your
my
audience.
family, yeah. And God knows who's going to make parole. So you're almost like a prop act. So I got the laugh. I got that big boom, that hit.
Yeah.
And once I got that, I'm like, all right, I got to figure this out.
So addicted.
Yeah.
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 Isn't it? Yeah. So that's when I started doing comedy. So I've
In Long Island.
In Long Island. Long Island, yeah. It's a Native American word. It means near the 7-Eleven.
So you didn't brick it when your family show? Because when my family would come to my early shows, I would
Right.
just shit my pants and then completely flub.
Yeah,
I had no
I was
friend-
never worse than when
But I
family
never
would
had
come to me.
I didn't have a frame of reference. This was the first time I was on stage. This
Yeah.
was the first time I ever did it. And I'm used to being funny with my family because that's just, you know, how that was currency.
It was your first audience.
Yeah.
It was your
so-
first audience, and it was currency in your neighborhood too. We didn't have a lot, you know, and it was a protective thing because that, you know, being funny kept you from kept you from getting your ass
100%.
kicked on the school
100%.
Yeah.
bus.
Well, did you go to college? What were you
I
going to
did.
do if you
yeah.
didn't do comedy?
I went to Marist College in Poughkeepsie.
that is a Catholic university.
Yeah.
Is it?
Is it?
All right.
And
Foxes?
the Red Foxes,
Yeah.
very good.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, yes. He had a part in it, too. They were Jesuit.
The dean.
There you go.
Dean Jesus. What did you study?
I studied finance.
Yeah, you did.
I can't balance my checkbook.
Yeah, you can.
No, I can't.
Yeah, you can.
I got out doing the ballerina.
What is that?
I got out with a tutu, baby. That was it. I just got through it, and I was the first one to go to college, right? Since I didn't want to go. My father, because my dad went into the Army, and then he had a kid, and that was it. That was his life path. So I didn't know. No one in my family went to college.
Yeah.
He went to work, right? So my father says, "You're going to college." And that's the way he sounded, like a crime boss. You're going to college. Yeah. I go, "Pop, I don't want to go to college. Why do I got to go to college?" He goes, "Because you can."
Well, it's true. You do have a brain on you.
Yeah, well, he said, because you can. He goes, because, I said,
Marison's a good school, too.
Yeah, no one in
Yeah.
our family ever went to college. I said, but no one went to college. He goes, "Kid, they're stupid." Okay.
Brothers, sisters?
2 brothers. Yeah, my brother went to culinary,
Okay.
CIA, which was
Oh,
right
that's
next.
also in
Uh-oh.
Poughkeepsie, yeah.
Yeah, and my
Pressure,
other
a lot
brother's
of
a
pressure
chef.
today.
My other brother's a chef as well. So.
Oh,
Double
good
chef.
Lord, you should
Yeah,
have
that's
told
why
me that.
when
We
you
should have
ask,
him.
Oh, my
and my mother's
God.
a great cook, and my grandmother's a great cook. My father's mother, awful. She should have cooked in a prison. She was just starts cooking at 12 in the afternoon. It sits there till 4:30. It's just whatever it is. It's just soggy and grease and
Amazing.
bread. But
Italian and Jewish, you said?
No, Italian. My
Just
neighborhood
Italian.
was Italian Jewish.
Got it.
I'm Italian, and I'm a person of interest.
Italian. So, food, Italians, Jesus. So,
Yeah.
food played a
Yeah.
role.
Food, guilt. What do you pick something?
Yeah.
Yelling.
But that's generally like it's a place where we find comfort. If you're getting yelled at all
Yeah.
the time, everything's settled
Well, it's
by the
always
time
the
you're
kitchen.
eating.
The kitchen is the situation room in my house. It doesn't matter. Everything's in the kitchen. If it's just me and my dad, it's the garage.
Yeah.
And the hood's up on the car,
Nice.
and we're just talking about. And he's talking, I'm nodding about. He's talking about life, and I'm nodding.
This is so wholesome.
It
It's
seems like a TV show.
Oh, it's
I
wholesome
can't
too.
relate to
Yeah,
any of
it
this
feels
at
like a
all.
sitcom.
I'm like, what?
until the belt comes
Your
out.
dad
Yeah.
spoke to
No,
you?
it's wholesome.
Yeah.
It's wholesome until you look what you're talking about.
And what was that, Adam?
Here's what I learned: is like every time I would get a piece of advice, it was followed by a chore or work.
Yeah.
So that was how it was instilled, right? So I remember my father took the time, because I was the firstborn. So he's like, he didn't know what he was doing yet. He's like, well, I guess I got to pay attention to him.
Got it. Yeah.
But he was always there. He always instilled life lessons that I still have to this day. And I remember I got in trouble in school. It was a fight, and I jumped in on the fight, and I was good verbally.
Yeah.
Physically, I wasn't that good.
Fine.
It was just bigger guys.
Fine.
So it was a kid in a fight, and I was making fun of the guy, and I felt bad. I made fun of the guy, and he was crying. And then
The guy who was losing.
The guy who was. I made fun of a guy who I made him cry, and then he got into a fight.
Shit.
And I was like, I felt terrible.
Wow, you taunted him.
I didn't get in the fight. I forget what the incident was, but there was this it was where you learn your power, and then you learn I had the power to do this verbally, but I didn't know what was right and wrong yet. I was just like, wow, I can do that. And people laughing at me.
That's so real. How old were you?
I was, what was this, 5th grade, 6th grade?
5th grade, 6th grade.
In
So
that,
like
in that,
9,
I was still in elementary school.
Yeah.
Because I remember but yeah, and I really felt awful. And my father sat me there. The hood was up on the car, and he's fixing something. And my job was to hold the light.
Yeah.
I have no mechanic. I know how it works, but I can't, so I would hold the light.
Yeah.
So, and I remember with my dad, because I wanted to be like my dad, because he would fix anything. So, I was trying to be like my dad. So I'm doing the wrench. Wrenches are falling, oil's leaking, blood's spreading. It's not going well. My father's got a lucky strike in his mouth.
God bless him.
He comes over, takes a drag of his cigarette, puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, son, stop, listen. You're going to have to get a job. You're going to have to work at something the rest of your life. This ain't it.
Yeah.
This ain't it. So I'm in the garage. I'm telling him, I said, Pop, I felt awful. I made this guy cry. It was a fight. And it was like, he goes, yeah, all right. He goes, well, you feel bad, which means you want to feel it again? No, then don't do it again. If you don't want to feel what you feel bad again, don't do something bad again. And don't fall into a crowd. Everyone else in the crowd was picking on this kid. And you joined the crowd. Sometimes a man's got to stand up for what he believes in, even if he's the only one in that room standing.
Do I love his dad? I love his dad.
I still. This feels like such a TV show.
Yeah,
and then just having a dad at all.
And then he goes like this. Now go get the wrench. So that's where it is. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get that
yeah,
moment,
yeah,
and
yeah.
you can't go thank you. There's no thank
Yeah,
you because
yeah.
he can't. He's doing it because he knows how to do it.
Yep.
But he can't take it in.
Yep.
So that's what I learned. I learned not to take it in, which is why
Still
I eat.
emotional.
What's for dinner?
Ha.
Yeah.
Ha.
So yeah.
So food. Did you like? So you didn't get Dad's mechanical skills.
I didn't
you-
get that
at all.
And as I got older, as you get older, your life gets more complicated. The advice got shorter.
Yeah.
And the chores got longer. Pop, she's pregnant. I don't love her, but I want to do the right thing. Shit happens. Tar the roof.
Made your bed, Adam.
Yeah, but it always goes back to either cars or food. My mother was the food, and my brothers were chefs and everything.
Yeah.
And my house was the house in the neighborhood. Everyone came over, and because of the restaurant industry, and when I started doing stand up, 10 o'clock at night, there's a pot of sauce on.
Sure.
So people in and out all night. So my house was the house where everybody came to.
So did you move to Manhattan after that? Just to pursue comedy?
I went to college in Poughkeepsie. Then when I got out, I told my parents, "Well, we've done one of your things. Now I'm going to try." And I went to the open mic, and I got fortunate because I was funny, but my first agent at the time, booked the room who happened to be there.
Who's that?
It was Omnipop, Tom and Genio.
Okay.
Omnipop. And I had a car. I worked because I had a car.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
So
that's
all
the
comedy-
beginning.
all
Was
the-
that also for you, Mehran? Like
No,
if you had a
God,
car,
no.
you could open for people because you would drive headliners.
Yeah.
The big deal was there was a guy named John Schuler who booked Connecticut. The most honest guy in show business. He goes, "I got a gig. It's a long way away. The audience sucks and the pace is shitty. You want it? Yeah, I'll take it." He goes, "All right, you got to pick up the headliners." So I would drive in and pick them up at the Improv. Used to be over on the West Side,
44th.
44th and
Caitlin
10th.
Palufo, who works
Between
here
8th and
now,
9th.
is in my
It's now
in
with
my
Don
phone as
Giovanni's,
the car.
which is
Don
great.
Giovanni.
Yeah, Caitlin Palufo, who's like she's a great comic here. She got passed here like a year and a half ago or something, but she's in my phone as the car.
The car.
Yeah, she's the car.
I got my car. I got my in with a college agent because of DC Benny. I was his opener, and I would drive him all over the place.
Wild.
I gotta get a car.
Yeah, this is what you do. I would pick him up, and I was on time. The car was clean. I was Uber before Uber. It was big water.
Right. 5 stars.
And I would drive people, and then you have to drop them off. So what I would do is I go, you're gonna get a cab. You're gonna get out of a car to get into a car. Where do you live? I'll drop you off. I stuck to my time. I was clean. I didn't wreck the room.
Yeah.
So
Do you
they would request it because they could save cab for.
I remember.
Would you just sit there and shut up? Like, do you think that's the best thing when you go and pick up one of these headliners, right? You're
interesting.
super nervous, you're young, and I'm sort of in that phase where I'm like, I think it's best to not talk to someone with so much more clout than me, just speak when spoken to, right?
Right.
So if you're in the car with them, but you don't want to be awkward, are
Right.
you just like silent until they start talking?
I knew I had known most of the people, so there was a little bit of a rapport. But I always, from working with my dad and working in the business, it was kitchens and bathrooms. So I was awful turning wrenches in kitchens and
But
cars.
you did it.
Yeah.
But I did it. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I learned. He goes. When you listen, you learn, and when you talk, you teach. You got nothing to teach. Shut up and learn. That's my father said. So I learned how to shut up, to be in the room and not say anything.
Okay.
Because you don't say it. He goes, it was all the two teaching tools in my house was The Godfather and the Bible. And this is you have no idea the conflicting messages I get because of my mom
I feel
and
you,
dad.
Adam. Yeah, I'm from Long Island, Guido roots as well.
Okay,
so
good.
yeah, the same kind of whiplash, if you will.
Yeah.
Of like putting the fear of God in you.
Yeah, but there's
But
always-
also
yeah.
teaching you values, but also there's a fear to it, I think.
Yeah, the values come first, then the fear. Like my
Yes.
mother goes, "You do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Thank
Yeah.
you, Ma. And my father goes, "Listen to your mother." And you keep your friends close and your enemies close.
And if you do a drug, I brought you into this world and I'll take you out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah.
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 So that's the the message is, be nice to everybody and don't let them see it coming. This is the message. That's how I process it.
Be nice or I'll punch you in the fucking face.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Right. And if you're gonna
God
if you're
doesn't
gonna
love
do
an
someone
asshole.
dirty, I love this. I love it. See, I didn't shut up because there was such a lack of support. I had to like dance for my supper everywhere I went.
Yeah.
So I had to be super entertaining.
Sure.
Like I would get the ride. I didn't have a car, so I'd have to like make the person laugh for like the 4-hour drive to fucking
Yeah.
Vermont.
Well, it's the same
You
thing.
know?
Interesting.
They're both survival mechanisms.
Yeah, yeah.
I had to survive in that environment, not say anything. And we just met, but you seem pretty outgoing.
I sure am.
Okay. So you had to.
Very nice way to put that.
You had to survive like that. How did you
Yeah.
get through your childhood? What were your coping mechanisms?
My parents are from the city, so it's the same.
They just gave you cab fare and said you're on your
No. We moved to Long Island. No, my father didn't talk to me at all. Are you crazy? What is that? I don't even understand what that is. There
He's
were a lot
still
of-
alive, mind you.
Yeah. There were a lot of threats. There was a lot of you better join the Marines. There was a lot of
Really?
that. Yeah.
Who's your father? The great Santini?
So I made a movie before we get started about warm-up comedy, and my father's in it, and he's literally cleaning the grill with a cigar, and he's like, I don't know, the kid hates me because I didn't support his acting. I've never acted. I was never in a school play. I never went to acting school.
I don't know. I don't know what Brian's problem is. It's Ryan.
That's it. It's an
By the way,
upgrade.
I hope that is the first friggin' moment of the movie you made.
It's in the beginning.
That's a great cold open.
That's the cold open.
Look, they were poor. They're New Yorkers. He was raised by someone that was a criminal, so he didn't have a lot of good skills to communicate anything, which he didn't. So
But you're pretty well adjusted.
Oh.
I mean, how much time have you spent with him?
That's fine.
Pretty well adjusted
Stop
from the
it.
brief time we've met.
Is
You
your
have a
dad
good
Irish?
handshake.
Yeah.
No. My dad is Austrian and we think Ukrainian.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
It's a cold
my
combo,
grandmother,
either way.
96, thought she was Polish, and my father took her to Velselka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Velselka,
And
Velselka.
the waitress goes, no, you're Ukrainian, you're not Polish, because my grandmother was speaking Ukrainian. She had no idea.
She didn't know.
Did not know. So all right, so
Holy
real quick.
shit.
So all right, so you're gonna
Yeah.
say so there's a place. It's Floyd Bennett's Field now, but it used to be called Barren Island. It was an island, okay, right off of Queens, okay.
Okay.
It was where they burned horses. It's where they made glue.
Why? Okay.
It's a garbage island.
Okay.
And was
Is
it
it near
after the
Rikers?
story?
The bay there is known as Dead Horse Bay because that's where they would. This is all.
This
right-
is a
it's
dark
by Breezy,
city.
It's by Breezy Point. It's right off of Brooklyn, and that people lived there. My grandmother lived there. So she has no idea what her background was. She was living on a garbage island.
where they just burned horses all the time. Just the
Yes.
sound of like
Yeah.
of end of life whinnies.
Yeah, but that's, I mean, people were more honest then.
I knew you were from trash. I knew you were from trash.
Yeah. Grandma would also eat the worst parts of every animal.
Oh,
Just loved that was her
That's a
thing.
thing.
oh yeah. Are you kidding?
You are?
Old Italians?
Yeah.
The giblets.
Easter
Give me it. I'm like, what are you doing?
Same.
Do you know what gabutzel is?
What's gabutzel?
It's traumatizing. It's a lamb's head.
Sure. Yeah, we do
I've
that.
never even seen
I'm
gabutzel.
Iranian. I mean, like, do you know what we eat? Like, we have a stew called kalle poche, which is literally brains and feet. It's brains and hooves. And my dad would, like, stew this for, like, 2 days, and our house would, like, reek for a calendar month after he cooked it. But it was, like, his peasant food. It's what he loved.
Yeah. That's all poor people food.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course. We had you know what sanguinach is?
No.
It's got to be blood sauce.
Blood pudding.
Yeah.
Blood pudding. Yeah. Here's your dessert from the blood of a pig. Eat. What? What?
So you're doing, like, mechanical stuff with dad.
Oh, he's
no.
driving comedians around.
A little bit.
Now
I'm
he's
in
driving,
the room
yeah.
when mechanical things are being done.
Fine.
Yeah, it's like my wife goes, you want to watch a movie? Are we going to watch a movie or are we going to discuss a movie that's on? 'Cause you're going to ask me who that guy is, and
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're in the biz,
Oh,
Adam.
Yeah.
God, I can only. Yeah,
So-
you did something with them, don't you
Right?
remember?
Yeah, that's the other thing. There's two things happen whenever I watch a movie with my wife. We try to relax. If someone comes in and he's working, that comes out of my freaking mouth. I know anybody. There's
So-
that one, and then it's like, how come you didn't read for that part? I'm like, can we just unwind? I just want to relax.
So, two brothers become chefs.
Correct.
You're working with dad. Did they work with dad too? a
No,
little
they
bit?
went to camp.
They went to
Listen
camp.
this.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell that happened.
Yeah.
I think they went to summer camp. We never went to camp. The kids in my neighborhood, they went to jail. You know, work or jail. So I guess when that came around, I was old enough to drive because I really like cars. I wanted to get my license really quick. So I studied and I did the whole thing, and I made 2 appointments because I knew they were going to fail me the first time I really put it down. So I could run supplies back and forth to the jobs. So I don't know why, but I always worked during the summer. I never hung around. I always Pop always put us to work, and I guess I don't know. My mother read some article somewhere that so those two went to summer camp, and I went to work.
Unreal.
Damn, the oldest
Unreal.
always gets shafted a little bit.
A little, well, I mean, I don't know.
Everyone gets a different shaft.
Yeah, if you're the firstborn
In my
male-
house.
Yeah.
What? Hey, close your hooves. This isn't peasant stew.
Nah, it's the internet. Don't worry about it. Don't even. So you're driving headliners around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is
so
that-
I get,
But he
I get
drives
the
and he works with Pop, and the other two go to camp and they end up becoming chefs.
Yeah, they become chefs. Here's I am. So I would drive the headliners around, and then I would I got, because when I started in '88, you could get on TV way before you should be, because
Sure.
all the producers realized how cheap it was to produce. MTV had a comedy hour,
Yeah.
A&E, Caroline's,
VH1.
Improv, VH1. So I did them all. So I had to keep.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember you. He was great.
Yeah. So you did them all, and then you do the Tonight Show, and then Arsenio, and you do all that stuff, and then I got a TV deal. So it's the whole.
What would you consider your break? The thing that
Yeah.
brought you to the next level?
It's not like one big break. It's like you get little things that just keep moving you forward.
That's
If you
so
look-
real.
If you
What
look for
made you feel like okay?
I'm
So-
still
so-
not there. What are you kidding me? I'm here for the free lunch. No,
Unreal.
I will tell you, there's been moments. I've had moments where
Yeah.
fuck. My first moment was when I would get a weekend gig at a place that said comedy club, because we were working a lot of bars. So you'd see comedy club. I'm like, oh, they know what they're in for. I don't have to what's he doing? Does he sing? Does he dance?
Jesus.
Why'd we turn off the game for this? You know? So that was big for me, comedy club. I played. I got a standing O at Carnegie Hall, and my mom and dad were there.
Unreal.
That's a pretty big one.
That was pretty
Holy
big.
shit.
Unreal.
The rites of passage any comic was, Letterman, the Tonight Show. You get those, and you know what I have is, and I have to attribute this to my girlfriend at the time because she was very sweet. She got the cue cards, so I have all my cue cards.
That's
With
beautiful.
my name and stuff.
Framed.
Yeah, framed. Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful.
But then this is I did Corden, and I'm like, can I get the? There's no cue card. We have an iPad. Then I'm like, can I get the iPad? it's for sentimental.
Fair enough.
And James is leaving anyway.
Yeah, listen.
I like.
You're going to
the mug.
liquidate this whole thing.
Just an iPad on his wall at home.
Yeah, the mug and the T-shirt's fine.
Were you confident in your stand-up at that point, or were you like, "This is too early. I
That's
don't know how I'm getting
No,
these
I
spots"?
didn't know what I didn't know. That was
Yeah.
the thing. I didn't. It was you were thrown into the stream, and you just keep doing and doing and doing, and you hope what would get me. My first TV show was a big thing. When I saw my name on a dressing room door, that was pretty big. When they sent a car for me, I'm like, look at this. When they paid for my airfare and I got on a plane, I'm like, I didn't pay for me on a plane. Look at that.
Yeah.
You know what I did? I took the headphones. I don't have a plane at home that I can plug it in.
Still.
But I'm like, I'm taking this still. I'm going to need. My mother has the first $20 I ever made.
That's very sweet.
Yeah.
Aw.
I got a call from Tom, who became
Yeah.
my agent, after he saw me do open mic. He goes, "Hey, are you open Wednesday?" I'm like, "Yeah, you want to go bowling? What are we doing?" He's like, "You can go there and do your act. I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll give you $20. Oh, okay, great. I have an act? I had no idea.
Amazing.
So I went and I did 5 minutes in front of Jackie the Joke Man. They gave me $20. I came home and mother goes, "Give it to me. I'm pressing it in the book." I go, "No, I'm down a deuce." What are we doing? So
That's unreal.
yeah.
That is. Do you remember the people that you came up with? Did you end up working?
oh,
with
yeah.
them
Did
on
you?
the ride?
Well, my question is:
Yeah.
Did you stay before we get to? Did you go to LA? Or did you stay in New York? How did you end up with so many Boston friends? Like,
Because of lyrics.
'Cause I'm in Boston,
I'm
yeah.
in New York, right? And I get passed at the Cellar. This was a big thing.
was this
Of course.
was
Getting
this your
passed-
first club here, or
No, my first club was Stand Up New York when Carrie Hoffman was running it. So I would drive in, and I knew I was going to have one shot to make a first impression. And I noticed the difference between island comics and city comics, because they would come out to Long Island at the time and just die because they were we used to call them suit and tie comics, because they would set up, punchline, segue, set up, punchline, just standing there. I got voices coming out of my head.
They
We'd
couldn't
pick
connect.
up the mic stand. It's like, it's whip and chair comedy.
Yeah.
Late show Friday on Long Island. So I was used to that style of doing it. So I had to figure out how to break the city. I didn't figure out how to do it. So Carrie Hoffman, I forget where you saw me, but late nights they used to have. I used to host the late night, so you would get 4 guys would have 20 minutes a spot. And these guys it was Jon Stewart, it was all those guys who started. Leary was there once in a while. And then late night was started at like 10:45, 11, and I'd go on and do the check spot. So my first spot is where the checks come out. So they're not listening to me anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm burning 5 minutes to just, I figured out, I just got to keep them interested. I don't have to really make them laugh. And then I can make them laugh in between, but I got to keep the show moving.
Yeah.
So I knew the plumbing. I knew what they wanted. That was one of the things my father taught me, again, working. I'm not very mechanical, but I can see the plumbing, how it works.
Yeah.
So to be more efficient, what do they want? How can I give it to them? What do I want? You know,
You,
how do I
reverse
get that?
engineer it.
So a lot of my head is all reverse engineer. Plus, I'm dyslexic, so it's preconditioned.
Uncanny.
So I figured, okay, I need to do this, this, and this, and they need to get that, that, and that. How can I do that? So I had a little checklist, and that's how I did it. And then my manager did a showcase at Caroline's. And,
Sure.
And that's where I met Esty.
She was at Caroline's?
She was at Caroline's.
Is this when it's at the
No, this was
South Street Seaport?
No, it was on Broadway. We just moved to Broadway, I think it was.
Interesting.
So, and I did the showcase, and I got off stage, and I walked back, and there was Esty standing there. She goes,
Come here.
Yes.
Come here. Like, I want you to work the club.
and I went, wow. And my voice was shaking. I went, the Comedy Cellar?
I want you to come down and do a set.
Okay.
Wow.
And Manny was still alive. So she gave me a 2:20 set.
In the morning.
Saturday night.
Yeah,
2:20.
yeah, yeah.
Funny.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2:20 in the morning.
That's that would be an audition set
Yeah.
at 2:20 in the morning.
2:20 in the morning, and I'm downstairs in management, and it was one of those nights. I wish I could say, well, because I was confident. I was scared shit.
Oh, yeah.
I'm scared telling the story now.
Yeah, yeah.
And I know how it ends, and I'm still scared. So I remember thinking this, and I'm standing, I'm sweating, I'm looking at everyone's pictures on the wall. I'm like, this is it. This could all go to shit right
Also,
here.
what did you do all day until right? You're nervous until 2:20
yeah.
Grind my
in the
teeth and
morning.
walk in a
So,
circle.
yeah.
What do you
You're
think I
just
did?
pacing?
Just babbling like a
Yeah.
homeless man. Just babbling my act through the city,
Yeah.
grinding my teeth. And this was before Bluetooth, so everyone said he's fucking crazy. I didn't have an excuse.
No occasion.
No.
Did you know anyone that worked here? Or
No, but I knew all the
So you were walking.
comics.
Sure.
Sure.
I know, but did you know the comedians? Did anyone give you any advice, or did you
Not
just
really.
went in and faced
no,
the guns?
I just went in and did it, and
Yeah.
but I did warm up sets, at Stand Up New York and Dangerfields. I passed at Dangerfields.
Nice.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, and so I'm down here, and I'm sweating it out, and I just remember thinking to myself in that little hallway, so well, if I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down with a sword in my hand, and I
Yeah.
just boom, and I went and I didn't enter at the level of the room. I entered with a little more energy to get their attention, and
Yeah.
I just rode that, and it worked. It was one of those nights when God said, "Let them laugh," and they
For
said,
real.
Okay, you put in 4 spots.
and she's always been kind to me. She's always taken great care of me. It was an honor and still is to work.
It's
with
unbelievable
Wow.
how much her affection means. It really
her.
is.
And she's a sweet. She's tough and she's sweet.
Yep, tough and sweet.
Yeah, and I knew that growing up. She's a lot like my mother. But tough and sweet. He's like, look, I love you, but I'll cut you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I got 2 others, so just so
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, you know.
Yeah, and they're cooks. So they end up. This is where I'm trying to.
Yeah.
Did you not you didn't end up gravitating toward cooking, or can you cook yourself?
No, I can assemble.
You can
I
assemble.
I can make you a lovely salad.
You can hand tools.
My garmager, not as good as it should be. Nothing's uniformed. But I picked up. I can assemble.
And okay, so here's the thing, and this is the thing I always end up fixating
Go
on.
ahead.
Right? You end up on camera.
Yeah.
You see yourself. You're a trim man.
Well, are you
Yeah.
living in
Oof.
LA? Like, do you move to LA?
Yeah. Oh, so I got a TV deal.
you love this.
I'm
Yeah.
fascinated because I know his eating habits and his body image is going to change when he moves to LA.
That's
So-
real.
Oh, we're building a narrative
Yeah.
here.
I'm
Food,
all
yes.
because it's
okay.
cheating.
So you're
right?
in New York
Oh.
and you move
I'm
to
in New York.
LA
Okay,
because
I'm
you got
in
a
New
deal.
York.
What's the deal,
I'm
by
in
the
New
way?
York.
Tell me
I
what the
still
deal
have-
was.
I still have a metabolism.
What's the deal though? What'd you
You
get?
do. You're lean. You're
Well, no, I'm
a
I
healthy
had-
man.
Not now, with the
You
pandemic.
still do. Yeah, you
Oof.
do. Yeah, you do.
So I get.
You bad girl, you.
God, I feel like it's prom night.
I don't mean to predate upon
Is that
you.
because
I have-
Mehran's wearing lipstick?
That's it. And a corsage. Had I known.
And a corset.
That's it. Close your hooves. Okay, so I'm in New York.
What's the deal?
I get
How
a
much
TV
money?
deal.
I know. I want to know. Back in the day, what's the deal? Like, what did you?
Oh, it's a development deal. You're like, oh, that's great. I don't know what it is.
Did they give you money or
Yeah,
you on
they give me
hold?
some
What they give
money.
you?
They
This
gave me
is
some- I'm
100
telling
years.
you.
100 years ago. You don't want to tell me?
100 years ago, I'll tell you what, it should have been more money 100 years ago.
100%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Geez.
100%.
I was so annoyed when I realized, what? Those guys are getting what? And I
Oh
got
yeah.
what?
Oh yeah.
But you don't know. So I went out to LA to do, I think it was Arsenio, the Arsenio Hall show, and I got a job on a sitcom. I auditioned, and I got this sitcom.
What's the sitcom?
It's called Flying Blind with Taya Leone and Corey Parker.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was years ago. So it was my first guest, and I never acted before. So I bullshitted my way through this, and I went, I better learn this. 'Cause
Did you have to
I
play
like
blind?
it. No.
All right.
No,
Just
I wasn't ready for character work.
great.
So I I was making it up. I didn't know what I was doing, but I got through it. I figured out how to hit a joke. I knew how to do that, and it was a live audience, so I know how to do that. And they said, "Great, great, great." I'm like, I better learn how to do this. So I started studying acting because I really liked it.
Yeah.
And then from that, I did Just for Laughs, and I got a deal out of Just for Laughs. So, you just once you're in that system, they pitch to you, and then but you don't know. I didn't know anything. I didn't know what that next level was because I was just a comic with a little notebook, and somebody saw something in me where they could make money.
Were you okay? And when you were acting, were you like, "This is for me. This is"?
I knew I wanted to do it. I knew that it was like stand up. I knew, when you hit a golf ball right, you get that ping.
No.
I'm nodding, but I don't know.
I've never hit
Mehran, when you play sports.
No.
How about this? You know when your hair
when a
is
dick
perfect.
goes in your
Oh my
ass
God,
just
yes,
right?
yes.
For some, you don't know why your hair's perfect that day,
Yeah.
but you're happy with it.
It's one of those.
It's one of those days. When I got that laugh, that was it. I was look at that. I'm not touching it.
yeah, not a strand out of place.
Yeah, look at that. I need someone.
He
to
really
see.
does know how to relate to people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
it's not a mystery why this guy made it.
So I had that moment in stand up, and then I had it in acting, and I don't know. It was a resonance, It was like when I first saw my wife. When I first saw my wife, it was the first time my heart, my head, and my balls all lined up. Usually my balls are fighting with my head.
That's the most beautiful,
Yeah.
sort of astronomical.
Yeah.
metaphor.
The balls led.
The balls.
I was like,
Balls
look
led.
at her, and oh my God.
And she's an actress also.
Yeah, she was a model and an actress.
A model and an actress.
She was. Well, she was a model first, then she tried acting. Then when we got together, she was like, I just don't have the love for this. I go, you're too good for these people. I'll take care of it. I'll take the punches.
Yeah.
Real.
So, yeah. And she's beautiful, and I know she loves
She is beautiful.
Yeah.
My God, I
know.
jackpot that.
Well, I mean, it's
Tell
against
me.
the old rule of one headshot per couple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I know she loves me because there's no money. I mean,
Wait, where's she from?
there's money, but
There's money,
There's
but
no.
there's
I'll
not.
stay still for this because we have a villa. There's no. Mehran, no villa money.
Oh well,
No.
I mean, I'll stop pumping for oil.
That's
So, L.A. versus New York. Did you prefer L.A.? Like,
no,
just like
I was because so now I get a little apartment in Hollywood, and I met the producer, and they were very kind to me. The producers, they're still friends. They took me around because I had to get an apartment. I had to get all set up, so it was exciting. And so I'm down Fairfax. I don't know if there's a deli there called Cantor's, 24
Yep.
hours.
Oh, yeah. I'm friends with Gina Cantor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I moved there to take me around, and I go, this is actually how I decided to move. He's like, this is Hollywood. This is this. All right. My agent at the time lived up by Rock and Roll Ralph's off Sunset. Uh-huh. So he's driving me around. He's trying to sell me on that neighborhood. He goes, this neighborhood is, it's in the middle of everything. But yet up in the hills, it's kind of secluded. I enjoy living here. No problems whatsoever. As we turn the corner, naked man running up the street. I'm not making and he's running up the street, and he's not holding his clothes. So it's not like a husband came home early, I got to get out the window. He's just naked.
naked for naked sake.
Just naked for naked sake. It's not like I'm trying. He's not even socks. This guy, I don't know how this happened.
Yeah.
And he's not running that fast.
No.
So I'm like. So then I go down to see Cantor's. I go, that's 24 hours? Yeah. I can eat. All right, fine.
Nice.
I'll live there. So
Smart.
I lived there because I figured I can always eat. And
That's a great deli.
Damiano's. Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. I always try to go out there when I'm there. Cantor's, you ever eat there?
No.
It's great. And they also do comedy there in the bar room.
The Kibitz
Yeah.
room.
Yeah. Yeah. I've
It's
done,
like
I've
my
done a set
apartment here-
there.
My apartment here in New York is when I bought my little joint here. I'm like, I need to be able to walk to the cellar, and I want to be next to the pool hall, and that's where I live. I live next to the pool hall, and I can walk to the cellar.
Unbelievable.
The pool hall. You play pool.
I did. I used to be okay, but yeah, I like pool. I live next. It was Corner Billiards when I moved in. Now it's Amsterdam.
So you're living in L.A. You
Yeah.
got a deal.
Yeah.
You're on a sitcom, or at least doing a part on a sitcom.
Yeah.
Tay Leone is great.
gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
And did you fall victim to the L.A. not eating culture?
Ooh.
No,
Yeah, because
what
now
it-
you have to.
Yeah, no. What had happened was they got me a trainer. I was a little doughy, so they got me a
I've never seen a doughy picture of you, but okay.
little Joey.
Who tells you that, by the way?
My mother. You fat.
your agent called you fat.
Yeah.
There's LA skinny, I mean TV skinny.
It's
Of course,
TV,
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was so grateful that someone took interest and was showing me the ropes because I was thrown into the deep end, and it took a lot. I never got the show; it never got picked up, but I kept working, which I was grateful for. But I didn't know how to work the system, so any information I could get was valuable to me. So they said, you have to look this, and I said, okay, great, this is what I'm going to do. So I'll do it. Plus,
What
I
did
was
they say?
single,
When
too.
they say you have to look
Look,
this,
you
I'm
fat
cu-
bastard.
He's directing this at me, and
No.
I'm taking it in.
They said, look, see this? They took me to the camera. You see this camera angle?
Yeah.
See where your head down? You see that
Brutal.
double chin?
Yeah.
Do you want that on camera? No.
Wow.
This is
That's
what you have
brutal.
to
Showed you.
They
That's
showed me.
Brutal.
We have a marker. We're just
Yeah.
going to draw some circles.
Yeah. Because one of my producers,
He
she
was
was also a
rushing a
director.
sorority.
She goes, listen, I'm going to shoot you this way because this is the right angle.
Damn.
If you're doing this and your posture is this, she goes, I need this from this up. So when I saw, again, reverse engineering, I saw the outcome and I saw what I wanted on camera.
Aha.
And that was and I can't watch myself. Can you watch yourself?
I mean, just long enough to see what I should be doing differently.
Okay. You, Kitty?
Yeah, just barely.
Yeah.
Just stomach it.
I do it when I have to, but I don't like it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it's not
it's
really our
work.
thing.
I can audio listen because that's how I process them. I would listen to albums like Carlin and Pryor and stuff, and I would listen. Plus, being dyslexic, I didn't read a great deal, but I would listen to a lot of things. So I can process by listening, but I
Sure.
can't watch myself.
I wouldn't mind listening to my. I think looking at yourself is harder.
Yeah, I was my first. Sorry, so I'm going to my first movie premiere. I did a movie. Definitely, maybe it was with Ryan Reynolds.
Uh-huh.
That's a handsome man. Look, I don't care where your mail is delivered.
I get it.
That's a handsome
You're
man.
right in the
That
back.
is objectively a handsome man, universally.
All
Your
right.
mail is delivered.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. I that's the way
You
I was
spell it
going.
your way, I'll spell it mine.
There you go. Hey, you say anise.
Yeah, it's right. No, I get it. It's just it's a spice.
Right. So I'm sitting. He's there. Ryan Reynolds is on camera. I make my entrance. I'm sinking in the seat. It's a 2-shot with me and him, and my mole looks like a ring ding. It's on a big screen. I'm like, what is that thing on my face?
Yeah.
I'm sinking in the chair. My wife is digging her nails into my legs. She's like, would you sit up straight, Kevin?
You know
Kline is
he's
looking.
telegenic. I'm just putting this out into the world. You're a photogenic, telegenic.
Well,
man.
thank you. You're a very
Yeah.
kind man, but here's the thing. It's you
I
inside.
wouldn't say it if it weren't true.
Subjectively, you'd say anything you want to get what you want.
Damn right.
Don't you lie to me.
I'm just saying I could say something else. That's a lovely shade of red.
Yes, you hooked beast. So, yeah, but we're subjectively. We can't look at ourselves. We can't. It's hard to judge the picture when you're in it. So, and I got
So
the little guy in my head's a critic.
So they give you all this feedback. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
this is what you look like. This is what you need to do. So
Yeah.
what do you do to become
Go to a gym,
TV
and I
ready?
realized I come from fat people. This is it. You work. I was work out. My hair was way too long. I should have got a haircut. You always look at the criticizing, but you
Sure.
do all this stuff. And then I got a recurring role on another TV show, and I learned how to do it. You stumble to make your mistakes. The thing the regrets you have was if I know now what I knew then, I do it different. But you can't go down that
It's
train.
not how it works.
Now, are you doing stand-up while you're in LA? Or no?
Yeah, I'm still
Or
doing
you just,
stand-up, yeah.
because there's not a lot of work out there.
There's not a lot. I'm a better comic in New York just because of
And
the
you can
stage
drive.
time. And I can drive, yeah. But because of the stage time. It's even like every time I come back here, it's I love coming back here because when you write stuff on the road, even in LA, when you write stuff and you try it out, it's like buying cocaine. And then you come back to the city and you boil it off and you make crack. So let's say you write
love that.
3 minutes on the road.
Yeah.
And when you get it back here, you realize, well, that's bullshit. That's
Yeah,
fat.
yeah.
I'm mugging my way through that.
Yeah.
joke. Here's the joke, and it's a minute and a half.
Yeah.
That's such a good analogy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you got to boil it down to crack.
Right. And that's why the seller got the city. You're playing with hitters, baby.
Yeah.
You throw fastballs. There's no, you can put a change up. You better put it in the right pitch rotation because you got to keep them.
This is more sports analogy.
I'm sorry.
No, I love it. I
I'm
love
sorry.
it. It's
How's this?
such an
If
education.
you're going to go backless, wax. Make
That's
the
100
effort.
Now, come on.
How's that?
Yes. Strumming my pain with his. My point is this.
He's in
So,
LA.
but
He's
I want to
acting,
know.
he's
I
losing
want to know.
weight.
Yeah, he's lost weight. So
Yeah.
do you become like a regimented eater? Do you become someone who?
I became knowledgeable of what puts weight on. Like that's what I had to do because I was just eating. You
Yeah.
know, I didn't know if you go to the gym, you can eat whatever you want. So
Sure.
I'm going to the gym. I'm going to the gym.
Yeah.
Then I'm eating rigatoni.
Yeah.
Right.
10 o'clock at night and bolognese. I'm going to bed. You know, that's my family. My family didn't go to sleep. They passed out.
yeah, carb naps.
It's carb naps, meat sweats. I can't yell at myself anymore. I'm exhausted from the emotional abuse that I instill on everyone.
And yourself.
There you go.
So, but then, none of us are saints all the time, right? So, in general, you're like, I can't eat in a certain way that makes me fat.
Well,
By the way, what are these things that, like, because I think
White
everybody
flour's
has their own
terrible.
thing. White
Pasta's
flour,
terrible.
Pasta, yeah.
Bread. I miss bread.
God damn it.
God, I miss bread.
Yeah.
It's terrible. The cereal, morning cereal killed me. Because that was also my at night.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Sure.
What's the brother got to do? Get some Apple Jack.
So are you not eating bread now?
No. This whole thing, this pasta we're having today.
Yeah.
I'm saving up for this.
God bless you.
Wes, this is a true
I
cheat
told
day
you,
for
Ryan.
you.
I
haven't
told
had-
you.
I
A lot of
haven't had-
pressure.
I haven't had pasta in years. I can't eat it.
Years.
I can't
There's
eat
no
it.
way it's
You have
been
to be
years.
nicer to yourself.
I can't. I've had it with me. I can't.
I get it.
Yeah,
I
what's
do
your
get
what's
it.
your big problem with you? What is Adam's big problem with Adam?
Oh, I find.
We should wind him up so that he really enjoys
Yeah,
the pasta.
yeah.
If you're full of self-loathing before pasta, it just tastes bad.
I go back and you dirty bastard. Where's
God
the cheese?
damn you.
Piece of shit.
The mistakes you've made. This is lovely. It's
Yeah.
not al dente. It's not mushy. It's perfect.
It's perfect.
Yeah. No, I can't. When I learned that about how the food, it's because it's fuel. Again, I'm gonna go back to a car. What kind of fucking gas you putting in?
Yeah.
there? A little bit of something is okay, but and then you look at my family, and they're big, and you can't bring change. That's the other thing. Don't bring change into the family. I'm the first one to leave. Italians really don't travel.
Yeah.
No, and
You
if
know-
you leave, they get pissy.
Well, they
They get a little pissy. If you leave Long Island, it's
Oh, big
only
time.
to go and die in Florida. That's the
Yeah.
only thing they want to know you're doing.
Your brothers are still
you know?
there. Everyone else is still there. Just-
One's in North Carolina. One's in
We're in North Carolina.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
And one's
Nice.
in.
That's another
on
hotspot for
Island.
Long Islanders.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
But you don't leave. I mean, even as a culture, we all huddle together in the neighborhood. You paint the basement red and green. You put another
Yeah.
kitchen down there,
Literally.
so you
That
don't
was-
get the smell of garlic on the drapes in case Sinatra comes over. And you live in a bunker in your own house.
I
Right.
love
That
this.
was that was a choice I had to make. It was either move to the city or renovate the basement and live in my
Yeah.
parents' basement. That was a choice I had to make.
Really?
I know.
Yeah.
But that is sort of the norm there,
I
right?
was like, I can't.
That
They're
is
like,
normal there.
You can have your own entrance. I was like, I can't.
I did a
Yeah,
relative
you
stranger
can't-
laugh. That was it.
You can't do that. You got to leave. I mean, Italians don't travel. Columbus had to go to Spain to get the boat. Where you going?
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Let us see. Genoese. Have a salami.
Where do you think you're gonna go? Where you gonna
What's
go?
out there? There's nothing out there. We got everything we need here. We got a food. We got a cable. We got a look at it. Look at Anita. She's looking at your bottle. Look at that. Yeah, that's
And you're still in LA, right?
Yeah, I still got a place in LA, but I still got my apartment. I'm a better comic in New York.
Everyone is.
Where do you spend most of your time?
Most of it's in California, but I come back here more now. My mom is still here, so
Yeah.
I come
Nice.
back to see the family. And like I said, I'm a better comic, so I'll do. You go on the road, you shoot whatever you're shooting in New York, you work on your podcast, I'll do my stuff. But every 2-3 months, I come back for a week. I'll get a gig back on the East Coast, and I'll make it where I can go see my mom and spend a couple days here.
Yeah.
Come back, and I'll call Esty. I say, "You got any space?"
Yes, put in on Fridays.
Yeah.
And Liz and Noam and everybody. This is just this brings me a great deal of comfort.
That would be a
to
great
me.
documentary. Put it on Fridays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a lovely. No.
Really? In your head,
Because
what
we
is that?
discussed it. I don't know. We're
Like,
In your head, what's put in on Fridays?
It's like it's sweating on Tuesdays and seeing if you got any spots at all.
Yeah. Fridays is the name of a small Latin boy.
Yeah, Jacques Cousteau. Didn't he have a Friday? Didn't he? Was that
What?
no?
He had a boat.
Yeah,
I
he
knew
did.
that.
Yeah, he did.
Had a thing for octopuses.
Well, when you start working here, you'd have to call in avails?
Yeah, I would.
Sure.
There was no tech. We'd call in the avails. I can't remember how it worked. You call in the avails, you get a call back, and your life was made when you heard back from Esty. Your life was made. And I was like, and you would sweat it out. You're like, you would have that moment of, yes, fuck. You know,
Yeah.
that one moment is like you want. Well, it's fear and desire. It's I'm never gonna get it. I need, and then you get like, oh shit, how am I gonna do this?
Yes,
How am I gonna do
Jesus
that?
Christ!
Yeah. So-
I've never heard that summed up that
100, yeah.
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
accurately, because it really is that.
Yeah, it's that.
It's like if I don't have it, I'm going to lose it, and then you get it, and you're like, oh shit,
I'm scared to death. I
I have to
do
show
it.
up for this.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like the first acting stuff I got, and first dramatic role I got, and I'm like, fuck. You know, how do
What
you
was
do
it? A
this?
dramatic role? I want to hear. I don't know.
The first dramatic. I was Law and Order. I was a bad guy in Law and Order.
Nice.
Yeah. And I went in and I read
How bad?
pedophile. That's pretty bad.
Yes.
Wow.
It was the Michael Jackson story.
No.
I saw that.
You
Yeah.
were Michael
Oh my
Jackson.
God.
No, it was this. It was the story about his storyline, but I was a Saturday Night Live cast member. That bought an ice cream truck.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was awful. It was
Okay, wait a minute. How does one have a comedic sensibility, a comedic spirit, which you have through and through?
Thank you.
And then become an ice cream truck molester on television in a serious way?
Acting.
Acting. That is A plus.
He saw the check. And he was like, I could do this.
Acting in a mortgage. You'd be surprised what you can do. So yeah, that was my first dramatic one. So
Wow.
I'll tell you the story. It was food and disappointment, which is my family.
Here
So
it
you
is.
sit. I kill my, and this is when it was on NBC. This was the big event. It was 10 o'clock NBC. There was no streaming. This is what you did. So I called my mother. I said, I got a job on Law and Order.
Oh my God, we watched that show!
So there's my mother, the original Twitter. The whole neighborhood shows up.
Yeah.
She made a lasagna. They're all in the basement on TV tables. The dum dum comes up. They're all happy.
There's his name, look! Louise, they spelled it right! Oh my God!
The whole neighborhood's there. I come on TV, and I'm a dirty pedophile. Nobody says anything. My phone rings.
Yeah.
I'm in L.A.
Yeah.
My phone rings. Adam, what the hell are you doing? I got the whole neighborhood. All the girls from Marjan are over. I made pasta. I made a whole night for everybody, and you're paying a dirty baby toucher. What the hell? I was so embarrassed. I had your father take out the pails because it's garbage night. I don't want people to see me.
For me, it's the opposite. If they see me on TV, I thought he was a pedophile. That's like literally. That's.
thought he was in jail.
That's the exact opposite. Yeah.
So that was my first. Yeah, that was my first dramatic one. And then you know, as TV progressed, you get. That's why Rescue Me and Nurse Jackie was such great gigs because you get to do everything.
Jackie.
Yeah.
Nurse Jackie.
Yeah. I think she was on drugs. I got to be honest with you.
I don't know. Jury's out, right?
But to get that opportunity to work it, you know, to be able to, you know, what's coming in today? It's like being a repertory company. What's coming in today? Today you're going to cry at 8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That's scary.
You were incredible on Nurse Jackie.
Thank you. It was a fun show to do, but that's hard.
Fun show to do.
It was.
Watching this woman spiral.
Well, you know
the
what's
story
fun
of a
about
woman
it?
spiraling.
I've been so lucky because the shows have been like family, you know, because we
Yeah.
all, you know, and number one on the call sheet was Dennis and Edie, and Dennis is, you know, we worked hard, we played hard, and Edie was just so sweet, and the work was such at a level because she is at that level, and
Edie
you get
Falco's unbelievable.
you get good
Oh, yeah.
quick,
Yeah.
you know, and what I've learned is all the stuff we do, all the writing we do, and all the preparing we do, and going over and the meticulous way we approach our art, is just preparation. Because one day you're going to need shit you don't know you have, and that's what's been happening to me. It happened with me with Edie. She looked at me at some scene. It was just because I was in her life, so it was just me and her for 2 years. I was just acting with her. So she looked at me once, and there was a depth to that I had to come over the top and match her in this argument. And it was there. I didn't know it was there. I didn't know I could access it. I knew enough to trust it when it came out, and it came out when I needed it.
Unreal.
And I never forgot that synchronicity method. It's like you'll be given if you'll be given what you need when you need it and not before. My big thing is I want it before so I know I'm okay in the future. You know, it's security. But, you know, you have to have trust in your art and your opportunity.
And no regrets.
I got shitloads of regrets. That's why I eat. Wednesday.
He's plating it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So wait. We
yeah.
gotta
Oh, this
get.
is-
We gotta.
But what do you like better, stand up or acting?
Ooh. I like They're different muscles, and I'll tell you what. And I'm not shitting on the question. They're different muscles because stand-up is I'm the writer, I'm the director, I'm sweating it out till the laugh comes in, and then I have that moment that the set, and then I can enjoy the set a little bit, and then it's over. Acting, you're part of a whole. So I'm playing my part of this whole, and we're doing something together. So there's a different kind of buzz you get from acting when the scene works because you're playing your part, and you're with people, and you're with people in the creative process. It's not a solitary construction before you get to you build the monkey bars with somebody else, and then you all swing.
Okay, you're playing a relay instead of maybe winning one race for yourself.
It's like being part of a team, and just it's like being part of a winning football team, or you're playing tennis. You're golfing. You're playing against yourself.
I asked Lenny Clark the same question.
Yeah. And what did Lenny say?
He goes, I used to love stand-up, and then I found out about this acting scam. My God.
Yeah.
What a hustle.
Well, that's it. Lenny's great. Working with Lenny?
Lenny.
Oh, Lenny was my partner on a TV show called The Job. We played, it was a cop show. And Lenny was my partner. And then Dennis, after that show got canceled, then we did a pilot for Comedy Central called Lenny and Adam, which was great. Lenny is a sweet man.
I love him to death.
Sweet. I'm from Boston, for the record.
I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a food story. So Lenny's got to stop eating.
He's been now, though.
Poor Lenny.
This was Big Lenny.
Oh,
this was
okay.
Big Lenny.
Yeah.
This was Big Lenny. So Big Lenny and me, and he's like, I got to stop eating. I'm eating. Look at me. I'm a planet. I go, I know, Len. I can see it from space. So we're doing this cop show together. Adam, what? I got this hypnosis tape. Yeah, and I'm afraid. I said, what are you afraid of? I don't know. I got to put it on. Come into my trailer, because it was lunchtime. Come into my trailer. We'll put the tape on. I said, all right. I won't let anything happen. So we put the tape on. It's about how not to eat.
Yeah.
So he puts the tape on. We fell asleep. I'm in a chair. He's in his bed. We're in his trailer. So we're sleeping, and it's time for our scene is coming up after lunch. We slept through lunch. We hear the stage manager outside. I'm coming out of it. I hear the stage manager outside. He goes, what's going on today? He goes, I'm not quite sure. I think the little one's telling the big one not to eat butter.
How did you end up with all these Boston people?
Because of that was the show called The Job. That was the first. I met Dennis doing that show, and then
You didn't know? I mean, you didn't know him beforehand?
I didn't know him. No, I met him. I introduced him at Stand Up New York. He didn't know. Yeah. How do you want to bring me in? I don't give a fuck. All right, it's fine. It's just cigarette smoke and he's gone.
Yeah.
So I had read for this cop show he was doing with Peter Tolan, and they said, okay, they want to test you. I said, all right. So I didn't know they would test. I was in L.A. when I read for it. He goes, all right. So you're on a plane tomorrow. What? Yeah, they're testing you in New York. What? Yeah. Okay. So they fly me to New York, and I go to Chelsea Piers. And this was the best test I ever had, because usually now it's like it's a matinee. There's an audience. There's a bunch of guys named Josh in their 30s with hair product who need to say something to keep their jobs. I don't know.
Wild.
Well, yeah. But this was just me, Dennis, Peter Tolan, and a cameraman.
Unreal.
What I didn't know was ABC and Disney and all the suits were watching on a closed circuit TV, because Dennis runs a ship it's actor friendly. There's no open walkies on the set, no noise. He runs the set. So I just thought we were fucking around. There's Dennis, we're fucking around, and I forget something happened. I forget there was some football thing was going on, and we bullshit about stuff. And then we started improvising. He goes, all right, let's just improvise. And I knew how to do that because I was working way before I should have. So can you do a half hour? Yeah, I can't do a half hour. What do you do for a living? Let's dance. So I learned, okay, I can do that. So I knew how to improv, and then I was in an improv group, so I knew the situation. I knew how to do it. So I started making them laugh, and I started making them laugh. That's great. So then we did this thing with entrances where my character Tommy comes in. He goes, just come in 3 times and do something different 3 times. And I did it. So these were games I knew how to play. And I got the gig. I get the gig.
Wow.
So I get the gig. So I'm on the set with Dennis and Lenny, and we all became friends because that was one of the best professional experiences I had, because we were like a family. It was Dennis, it was Lenny, John Ortiz, Bill Nunn, sadly passed away, Diane Farr, Peter Tolan. It was all these people, and we were the first single camera half-hour show on network. So we were basically doing a cable show on network.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's why. So that's how I got all these Boston friends, because that show took off. And then when I went on to Rescue Me, it was the guy from The Job and Lenny, and then we would do Comics Come Home every year.
Sure.
So we did that, and then we did the Rescue Me comedy tour, and we ate like locusts on that tour too.
We ate like locusts.
Yeah, because when we do the Rescue Me comedy, the booze was gone.
Yeah.
The drugs were gone.
Yeah.
We all got the girls we want, so you eat.
Yeah.
What else are you gonna do?
It's kind of fucking true.
Yeah, so we're walking through the bowels like the casino, like that scene from Goodfellas. You're walking through the kitchen, they're walking us all to the restaurants, and we're done at midnight after we do the show, and there's freaking steaks and lobster and shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And we're shoving this stuff in our head, and then we go lay on a tour bus, and we're farting like zoo monkeys to the next friggin' the next city.
Until the next meal.
Yeah.
Were you ever a party guy?
Party guy in what sense?
Drinking, drugs, whatever.
I got good at it, and then I realized I didn't sleep well with booze, and I realized and I didn't sleep well. And when I looked at some of the episodes I did, I'm like, fuck, I was hungover.
Yes.
I could see it,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't want to. If I got the opportunity to be on TV, it's going to be the best opportunity I can give it. So,
Yeah.
So I stopped, but I really didn't sleep well. It was empty calories. It was like I was fat as a house, and I was like, yeah, I'm not liking this.
Yeah, if you want to be excellent,
Yeah.
then something's got to give. It's like,
Well, it's also a young man's game.
yeah.
It's like the body, just the machine won't.
Yeah.
It's not going to do what I wanted it to do,
doesn't
and it
bounce
doesn't
back.
make anything better. It doesn't make anything better, and I realized when I was watching myself, and my self-criticism got worse too when I was drinking.
Sure.
So I was like,
Makes you mean.
yeah, I still, no one says, since I started drugs and alcohol, my life really turned around.
I get it
know?
like, there are people who have just been through too much shit and it helps them survive for a minute.
Yeah.
For a minute. Then it's just brutal.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's much like anything else in moderation, and if you use it what it's intended to do. I still like bourbon.
Yeah.
Little
Well,
bit
I
of
mean,
bourbon.
but that's like if you can have a casual relationship with it, then you get to have a casual
Yeah, I don't have.
relationship with it.
Fortunately, I
Yeah.
don't have that. Apparently, my only addiction is self-criticism. How do we stop that? How do we stop
You
that?
eat it down. You eat it down. Adam.
That's it. Just shove it down. You want to feel better about yourself? Burn a horse.
Can't believe. How long were you waiting to bring up Burn a Horse?
I'm looking at him.
You
I'm looking-
patient. He does have a horsiness about it.
Yeah,
He's doing a callback to a story I told
I
earlier
get
in the
it.
podcast.
I get it. I know.
Callback's
I'm
a comedy
Well,
term.
no, I know what that is. I've done horses. All right. So
Mehran's middle name is Catherine the Great.
it sure is.
All we need is a system to dangle this beast in a dream.
Do your Hepburn.
No, there's no way I'm doing Hepburn. There's no way. There's no
doesn't.
way I'm doing it. He's trying to get me to humiliate myself.
Don't
It's not
do
going to
that.
happen. I'm not going to do it.
I thought you were proud of it. He was doing it earlier.
I did it for him, like in a whisper.
All
You
right.
know when you do something for someone in a whisper and they're like, now do it for everybody. Family does that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you have, did your family make you like dance for your dinner? Did they ever have you like just, I guess they brought everyone to your show.
Well, here's what they would do. Like, because I was funny, and it's how I fit into the family. Because my dad was my hero, so and he would come home and he was always worried about money and anxiety ridden before you knew what it was.
Yeah.
Before it was cool and,
Ha, ha.
and talked about.
Yeah.
So I could see that look on his face. And if I made him laugh, it went away. And I went, oh,
Yeah.
that's
Oh
how
my
I
God,
can fit
I get
in.
this too well.
Yeah, that's how I can
Yeah.
fit in.
Yeah.
So that's
Cheering up miserable parents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
contributing, making the house laugh.
Yeah.
and they were funny too. It's not just me. My
I believe it.
My family they didn't know it,
Yeah.
but they were. All right,
But by the way, a man who claims he knows nothing about cars, Top Gear.
like,
you're-
I can't fix them.
What are you doing on the show?
I can't fix them, but I love them. I mean, I know how they work. Well, I used to know. And the carburetor's gone. Now, just pick up the hood and go call the guy. Because you don't need a wrench. You need a hard.
God.
You need
Yeah,
a flash
yeah.
drive. You got to reflash the ECU to make everything work. So I got to Top Gear because Rescue Me was coming to an end. It was funny. I'll tell you a story. We're doing a Rescue Me comedy tour, right? And we're on a tour bus, and I was still smoking.
Who's on the tour?
It was me, Lenny Clark, Kenny Rogerson, Dennis, and the band.
Wild.
So this was a great. Dennis would go out. The band would play a song. Dennis goes out. They all go nuts. He does like a half hour 45 minutes. Welcome everybody to the show. Then he would bring on Rogerson, he'd bring on Lenny, bring on me, and then we'd sing a song and throw T-shirts into the crowd and go eat.
Happy.
Yeah.
That's so lovely.
Great. And it was the first time, because we'd worked together for 10 years as actors. It was the first time, besides the Cam Neely Comics Come Home benefit, that we were on the road as comics. We were never on the road as comics together, because it was always one night here, one night there. I'm doing a show, I'm doing this benefit for somebody, come on. But we were touring for weeks as comics, and that was a nice thing. So we're on the tour bus, middle of the night, we finished eating, we're all having a cigarette, Lane's burning a cigar, and Dennis goes, how do you feel about doing, maybe 10 more episodes and then shooting this thing in the head?
Wow.
And rescue me. And me and Lenny went, no.
Yeah. I remember. You have your pajama money, motherfucker.
Oh, yeah. I looked at him, I said, we don't have Ice Age money, you skinny Irish fuck.
Yeah.
And he laughed. And he goes, okay, we'll do 19, we'll shoot them straight, FX will whack them up. And
amazing.
So we did that. So that's coming. So now, thank God, Dennis gave us, the heads up. It's like our jobs, boys. We're migrant farm workers.
Yeah.
The sun's shining over there. We'll find work,
100%.
Papa. Keep moving.
Move the sheet.
Yeah.
That's it. You have to.
That's it. So
That's
it's
the
like
job.
it's the uncertainty of living as the artists that we are. So and that's why I eat. So I got an opportunity to. I had done another. I figured, what do I want to do? Because I know I got 19 episodes. Okay, so I got time. So I'm not. What do I want to do? I want to go back to stand. I want to write another special, and I did. But I like cars. I want to do something with cars. So I did this pilot for the History Channel. I sold this pilot about cars. It didn't go, but they liked me.
Yeah.
And they said, "Do you know the show Top Gear?" And I knew from watching on the internet. It was just clips on the internet. I go, "Yeah."
The British
show. Yeah. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Well, we have the American rights for it." I said, "Don't screw it up. It's a perfect show. Don't screw it up."
God bless you.
Yeah. And they said, "Well, we'd like you to be in it." I go, "I don't want to screw it up. What do you kid? I have no interest in being, reading for the role of Clarkson or anything." He goes, No. We want to do an American version. He goes, I said, "Who's producing it?" Because my fear is this is like a Rolex spelled with a J.
Right. You don't want to be on the knockoff.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I don't want to be in the knockoff.
Yeah.
I don't want kicks. I want tricks.
Right.
I don't. Yeah. Not Hydrox Oreos. I don't want. So they go, "Oh no, it's being produced by Jeremy Clarkson and Andy Willman, who produced." I said, "Okay, so I'll meet the guys." So how do you not go and meet? I love the show. I like cars. I go meet the person. So I go to meet them. This is the worst, the weirdest audition I ever got. I didn't go to a studio. I didn't go to a producer's office. I didn't meet for lunch anywhere at a hotel or nothing.
Yeah.
They go to a church parking lot, look for a Mitsubishi Evo. They might as well have said,
Are you kidding?
And no cops. And I got there's a bunch of English guys, cameras. There's a car.
In the States.
No, yeah, this is in L.A.
Uh-huh.
And there they are. And there's Rutt and Tanner, my two co-hosts. They had them. They were looking for the third seat. So I met everybody and everything, and we got into a car. We started messing around. He was a race car driver. I said, "All right, well, show me something." And he did, and I started making fun of him. And I said, "Listen, so if you can drive, right, and you look pretty honest, we could pull a bank job. You could be like the wheelman. I just got to figure out how to get." And they're all sitting there going, "We don't want to rob a bank." So we started having this weird conversation. I go, "But you're not stealing from people. You're stealing from corporations."
That's right.
And
It's
I'm trying.
different.
Yeah, it's different. And we're just riffing. And so, okay, and it was a long process. It was months of going back and forth. And finally, the last time I said, "They want to see you again." I go, nothing's different. Nothing's different. I'm not going back. I said, "I've been there 3 times." So they called up the next week and I got the job.
That's fantastic. That is a legacy show. That's a big show. Those are big shoes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And it was one of the times I've had, again, a family on set. We lived together. We had every meal together. By choice. Lunch we had to have together, but you could always. There was no trailers. We had a Chevy Suburban, and we quickly found out that we shouldn't give dairy to Tanner because we're in an enclosed environment. But I still love those guys, and I got to go all around the world and drive these high-end cars, and I jumped a caddy. I raced. I've done all kinds of things that I never thought a guy like me should be able to do.
You deserve every blessing you got. Adam.
bless
God
you.
damn it.
And you also did the roast. I'm curious about that.
Yeah.
What's that
All right, so I
process
get
like
called
for you?
It was scary. I was shooting in New York, and Jeff Ross was producing the roast for Comedy Central. Sure. And he said, "Do the roast." I said, "Jeff, I'm shooting a TV show. I just can't." He goes, He goes, bullshit, you're scared. I go, okay, you got me. You got me. I'm scared. I go, I'm scared. I don't know Rob Reiner. Hi, you're fat. Put me in a movie.
Right. Let me just insult my peers while I'm trying to get a job.
Yeah.
Barely on TV now. You want me to piss off the people that make it? He's like, just fucking do it. I said, I'm not going to do it. And so we were having lunch. And I said, well, Jeff, I'm not a fryer. He went like this. Come here. Slapped me in the head, made me a fryer.
So good.
I said, fuck, now I got to do it.
Damn it.
So I was terrified because there's no way to rehearse that. You know, you can go with the jokes and you can go, but now you can go, like when I did it, I said, I actually came down here, fellas. Look, I'm doing this roast. I got to try these jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
And we would do that. So I did 3 of them, I think. And yeah.
Rob Reiner, Dennis, right?
Dennis was the easy because we knew each other. So that was fun. And we were drinking on TV. That was great because we had a working bar behind us.
Sure.
So the Dennis one, I finished, and I went right back and got some bourbon. I said I was smashed when we came back from commercial.
That's a good night.
And it was like, I think we were smoking on TV too. It was just like the old Dean Martin.
Yeah, I remember that. I actually do remember.
Yeah.
It felt very casual.
Do you write your own material for that, or were you using writers?
Ooh.
No, I wrote something. Phil Tagg is a dear friend of mine. He's on my podcast as well, and he wrote for Norm for Saturday Night Live, and so people help you with them, and then you call up other comics.
Yeah, everyone helps.
Yeah, everybody digs in and helps. Yeah, that's the nice thing about the community is everybody does help.
Who were you scared to follow here when you started?
Scared to follow everybody when I first started.
Question.
No, who was
Everybody. There's killers. Here.
Wow.
Of
There are
course.
killers.
Okay, so Seinfeld's shooting Comedian, right?
Oh, yeah.
When he's shooting it here.
Yeah.
He
Right.
bumped me 3 times. He bumped me once at Gotham and twice here. And it was when the camera guys were going on set up, and he was outside, and he was like, Adam, I'm sorry. I'm like, Jerry, this movie better be funny because right now it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta get good quick. You gotta follow. This.
Yeah.
You gotta tell you. Chris Rock comes in and
a lot?
bang, bang, bang is.
It's also style. I think it's not just like following one person because they're good. It's also following one person because their style is vastly different.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there might be, someone who does an amazing deadpan, and like the energy has to adjust, or there might be, a super
Right.
dirty comic. Not that I know of any,
Right.
but something like that.
Yeah, it's you learn how to do it. I will tell you where that served me was the Rescue Me Comedy Tour. Dennis went, you gonna close this? And I'm like, fuck,
Wow.
because
Closing.
yeah. So all right, because I was just used to. I don't know if I was used to that feeling. I was used to the feeling of what the fuck am I going to do here because of being conditioned to work the cellar because you never know who you're going to follow,
Right.
And you got to do your job,
Right.
And so I was used to the feeling of dread, if that makes any sense, and I was also used to the feeling of having it go well. Mm-hmm. So I had the experience of the fear, the desire, and then the triumph or failure, but the first feeling and then the outcome. I don't know if that makes any sense.
It does. It actually does.
So
Like it's not your first time at the
It was
rodeo.
familiar panic.
There it is.
Yeah.
I have to make an indelicate turn in the
ahead.
conversation. So, because we have food coming.
Yes,
We have food coming.
we do.
We've talked about you getting, tightening up to keep working. That wasn't. No, I know what
Fine-tuning.
it sounds like coming out of my mouth. I know what it sounds like going in.
I understand.
But so in this particular
That
instance,
sentence should be ended with "Your Honor."
Your Honor. So we asked you what your cheat meal is.
Yeah.
Right? Like when you're being a naughty Adam.
Yes.
Right? You like what? What?
I like pizza.
Right.
Just New York pizza, especially.
100%.
San Francisco Chinese food is really good.
Yep.
I was shooting a movie in Toronto, and the Middle Eastern food is really good in Toronto.
Okay.
But when I was talking to Ryan, I was like, I smell horse. Is your grandmother around?
Is that your slow grandma, Ryan?
Yeah. He's like, the chef is going to make you something. What's your cheat meal? I'm like, ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not wasting Twinkies on this.
Yeah.
What do I want?
Yeah. What do you want?
So, Christmas Eve,
Yep.
7 fishes.
Yep.
Italians, because they think they're going to heaven.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Checking in with the resident Italian.
Yeah, you too?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm just looking at the scorecard going, listen, man, I wasn't perfect, but Christmas Eve, I had tuna. I had the tuna.
Anipas.
No eat meat. All right.
Yeah.
I'm a good Catholic.
Yeah,
at
does
the end
tuna
of the day.
count for nothing? Huh? Well, I'm saying, help a brother out.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, what do I want? I have a pasta. So I got linguine and clam sauce.
Okay.
White clam sauce, because that was part of the 7 fishes. I said, ooh, I haven't had pasta. I want to have pasta. My mother's tortellini was great. My mother would make cheese tortellini and
Oh my
bolognese
God.
sauce.
There's nothing wrong in the world
Ooh.
with
Bolognese.
tortellini
With
Yeah.
the meat and the cheese right in it.
100%.
You feel your aorta go.
My mother's going crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm like, they're not going to make it as good as my mother. And you're going to ask me, is it good? And my mother's still alive, so I can't say it's better than my mother's.
No.
It's real bad. So I'm Iranian, and there's an Iranian restaurant in in Midtown East that I just I ordered from on a whim, and my mother will never hear this. It's better than my mom's.
Really?
And my mom she's
good.
excellent. She's
Yeah.
self-taught. She made this food to really match our palates, not the standard.
Yeah.
And this place, I
Hits
couldn't
it.
believe it. I couldn't. I ordered from them, and I was like, nah. I'll deign to eat this,
Yeah.
and it was better than
Yeah.
mom's. You can't ever tell.
I always
No.
do that with Italian too. I think you go into every meal being like, impress me. Like
Yeah.
when I eat
Yeah.
Italian, I'm like, fucking entertain me, Giano. You know what I mean? And then when
Thanks for me.
dance monkey, let's
Thanks
fucking.
for me.
How you fucking balls? Let's try one of your balls. What is this? Half pork? You all beef? You start asking.
3 meats.
This is what you don't want. I know you tried.
I know you tried.
Yeah.
I know you tried. So what do you look for in it?
In what?
We're talking. This is if it's a cheat meal, it's got to rub your belly, right?
Well, so
otherwise
did we-
you feel cheated.
Yeah.
Did
right?
you covered what he requested?
Oh yeah, linguine with white clam sauce.
Reminds me of Christmas Eve.
Christmas
'Cause
Eve,
that's
7 fishes.
7 fishes. That was the dish. Linguine white clam sauce. And what I look for in a cheat meal is, okay, I'm going to get the taste. And I'm putting cheese on it. Fuck you guys.
100%.
All right? I don't want to hear no cheese with fish, especially from you, young lady.
Ah,
Yeah.
A little parm on everything.
Yeah, a little Parmesan.
On
Woo!
everything.
Did
Yeah.
you tell him you don't like
Fire.
this dish?
It's not one of my favorites, but I wasn't going to tell him that, Ryan.
More for me.
More for him.
Yeah. So
Eat up, Adam.
in the cheat meal, the reason I'm like, okay, if I'm going to cheat, I want a memory attached to it.
Yes.
Right, and it was Christmas Eve was always good. It was nice. And I'm like, and I haven't had in a while, and I knew that you guys weren't going to hit the tortellini with the bolognese like
No
my
way.
mother does. You
No way.
can't do it because you
No.
don't frame of reference. My mother's food is good the next day.
Of course
The
it is.
leftover stuff. Oh God, it was
Of course
Cold
it
or
is.
reheated?
depends on how
Both.
patient I am.
But
Yeah.
Exactly. Absolutely.
Yeah. And if I reheat it, it's not in a microwave. I got to turn the oven on because I like the crust on the lasagna.
Respect.
Crusty, yeah.
Do your brothers cook Italian?
Yeah.
Or,
They cook everything.
Yeah.
Where do they work?
My brother John has my brother Luke's at a restaurant in Charlotte, North Carolina, and my brother John is out on Long Island, and my mom is out east on Long Island. So when I come back here to work the cellar, I go out to see my godkids, and my brother makes food. He's in the back.
Where's your brother in Long Island?
My brother's out in Northport.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We grew up in Huntington.
Yeah.
I was born in Queens. I was raised in Huntington. So
Delightful.
delightful. Not really.
It kind of is, though.
Not really.
Listen, the
Not with a
Italian family, it's 7 fishes. What do Iranians have? War. We have war. Everything is war. Revolution.
Well, Italians have war. They just don't win them.
Yeah.
They just want to yell. They don't want to fight.
Strong.
So
Strong
so-
history.
So that's the cheat day. I wanted an emotional memory connected to something that brings me comfort. And I'm sorry you don't. Why don't you like the? You don't
Yeah.
like seafood?
I'm not big into seafood.
Okay.
I mean, my parents made clam sauce growing up and stuff. It was good. Like, it's decent, but it's
Yeah.
not my number one.
All right. What's your number one?
Like, grandma's lasagna, you know?
Yeah,
Lasagna.
100%.
My mother,
My late-
Monica,
yeah.
my mother, when my great grandmother was alive, on my mother's side, she was a cocaine addict. We're pretty sure.
Wait,
had-
let's talk about this. Is this like a
tremendously
family
fast cook.
rumor?
Yeah.
Like,
My nonna, yeah, she had. First
Why
of all,
aren't you putting on weight?
is this an open secret, or did actually people
no, we
see
actually
her?
think she used to have tobacco snuff. You know, the tobacco, the snuff.
Yeah.
So she had these little silver boxes of snuff, right? And my mother's father drove a fruit truck in Queens, and he would go down to the fruit. He would go down to the fruit. He would go down to the docks to get the fruit, and he would get her snuff. It came from Italy, so you could only get it down at the docks. Warning: the woman never slept. She was always up cooking or praying. She had 2 teeth.
Yeah.
Just 2 teeth right over here. Never, always up. always up, stirring and cooking. And when she didn't get her snuff, she was mean. So
Wow.
we're pretty sure when I put 2 and 2 together, I'm like, she ground her teeth down. She doesn't sleep.
Uh-oh,
She
here it
Plus
comes.
2 equals
Okay.
Coke.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Look
Okay.
at this
Okay.
hero.
Okay.
Look at that.
Thank you.
Okay. It smells
Thank
right.
you, Raph.
This smells right.
Oh, this
Chef
is-
Raph
Come
coming
on,
through with the
Raph.
linguine and clams.
Oh, my God.
Raph, this looks beautiful, Raph. Raph,
Raph.
before I eat, I'm telling you right now, I have to say it's not as good as my mother's.
I'm sure.
Just
We're
so
sure
you
of
know.
it.
And not as good as his grandmother's, because that had cocaine in
Get
it.
in
So
there. It's good to see you back.
So we're pretty sure.
Wow, I like this
Yeah.
theory.
She was up.
I'm always
So Raph,
hesitant
jump on
to
mic. I know you're not wearing cans, but tell us what we're eating, what you prepared, how you did it. Give us the rundown.
Yeah, so in front of you, you have a bucatini with white clam sauce. You have some fermented Fresno peppers, nice little. So it's razor clams, cherry stone clams, and also surf clams. So we have a little bit of variety. Lemon breadcrumbs on top. And that's it. Pretty simple this time.
All right.
Wow, and it
look
looks
at that.
beautiful, by the way. If they say you eat with your eyes first, it really does.
My eyes just put on 6 pounds.
Can I have your fork, Ryan?
pasta's
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
are
go
you
for it,
gonna-
go for it. No.
Because I want
I'm
to
anxiously.
at least assess the because I'm sort of skeptical of
Chili peppers
Raph's
are correct.
pasta skills, and I want to see how al dente it is.
First of all, the texture's great. The breadcrumbs, great. Never had it with that. That's great. I mean, the breadcrumb, but that is really good. Lemon?
Creamy.
Yeah.
Am I getting the lemon?
A little
Are you
bit.
eating
That's
this?
really
Yeah. I'm
And it finishes, the finish is a little bit of a, and take that with you, motherfucker. A little spice at the end. That's
Yeah.
really well balanced. That's a nice fork full of fun right there, baby.
Wow.
I never eat before we tape. I never do. Specifically because
That's good.
I wanted to hate this, but I don't.
See?
It's really
Did
good.
did we change your opinion on linguine and clams?
You might have, guys. This is a huge turning point in my life.
She's turning
There we
into
go.
more of a guidette.
That's
I
good. There's
know.
Her mustache is
no
coming in.
sand? Oh, look at you. I was so worried. I was like, it's gritty and sandy. How do I say it? I can't say that, but it's not.
I think Books are some of my number one pasta.
Yeah, no,
I think Books are number.
on this clam.
they're great.
What's your number one pasta style, Adam?
I like rigatoni because my dad was always Joe, I'm making them out of good.
A little rig.
rigatoni. Capellini. The angel hair is nice.
I love a nice
Angel hair
hair.
doesn't stand up to the clam sauce. That's why you get because it's too thin.
Oh wow, that's really good.
If you're having chicken parm, you gotta have an angel hair with it. I think. Do you agree?
I would agree. Yeah, for sure.
How much does this take to make, by the way?
Yeah, get gnocchi. I want starch on top of starch.
Honestly, it took like probably start to finish like an hour.
Is this something that any of us can tackle at home?
No,
Sure,
it's not
Why
going to come out like this.
No,
Ryan, I feel like you could make
it's
this
not
for
that
a
difficult.
woman.
It's not,
Oh God, no! They'd never leave. Don't do that. No, you cook for them like this, they're not going to leave.
I'm doing that thing with pasta that I love where I don't
Wow,
even
that's
finish
good.
chewing it. I just have to swallow.
Just swallow. This is great. The pasta's perfect. It's not not mushad, as my people say.
Mushad.
It's mushad. Well, mushad.
Isn't it
This
the
is our
Israeli
first pasta
secret
dish, I
foods?
think.
What?
Yeah.
The Israeli secret.
Yeah, that's the Israeli secret service, the mushad. Yeah. They bust in the door, but they can't fit through it. That's when you know.
Come on.
Yeah.
So we got really lucky. Raph just opened a sandwich shop on the Upper East Side. So we got lucky that we were able to get him today. Do you want to tell us a little about the shop while we enjoy your pasta?
Yeah. So it's been like about a month and a half. We are definitely way busier than I expected. Yeah. I mean, we had we had a lot of social media people come in, and it's a really great area. Like, I don't really know much about that
Where
area.
and where?
It's on 86th and 2nd. It's at
I'll walk over.
I like
It's
the
that-
spice.
yeah.
Good, nice touch.
It's at a place called Schaller and Weber. So they are about like 100-year-old butcher shop. They have a fantastic meat program. I mean, they essentially
I like
make
they call it a
everything.
meat program.
Yeah.
like the cows graduating.
But I mean,
there's an
it's-
excellent meat program. They're gonna go to graduate school at Katz's Deli.
Exactly.
I'm being handed a microphone. I'm like, do you really want to listen to me chew? Because that's all I'm
yeah,
going to do for the
yeah.
next 20 minutes.
But yeah, so it's basically just like a chef's dream. Like you have every possible thing that you could need, and it's right there. So yeah, it's really easy for me. we just get the best possible bread, and I'm making a bunch of other stuff, and it's just been awesome.
Congratulations,
it's
Rob.
been so much fun.
Wow.
What's your favorite sandwich?
So I get this question every day. I'm gonna say I love all my babies the same.
Go ahead.
For sure.
That's ridiculous.
If you were to ask my mother, she'd say I'm her favorite.
You're making a sandwich for yourself right now. What's in it? Right now.
Dude, I hate sandwiches. What are you talking about?
That's how you get the best cooks. They hate
How do you feel about linguine and
truth
clam
comes
sauce?
out.
Because this stuff's great.
I mean, I would be able to eat a little bit of that.
Yeah.
It's just like the amount of components, right? Like I've tasted everything so many times.
Yeah.
That it's just not really edible anymore.
It's lovely. It's rich, but it's not like randomly. It's not like gratuitously.
No, it's balanced.
It's balanced.
Yeah,
Right.
it's balanced. I get
Yeah.
enough rich, then I get spice at the end. Then I get a little bit of mystery, like
Yeah.
There you go.
A little tip.
a little
That
something,
little lemon.
just a little side boob.
A little side boob. And a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely really happy when you were choosing pasta.
Yeah.
I mean, I worked at a place called Maria for about like 2 years. So that was, I basically got the training to make pasta for the rest of my life. God, so.
Yeah, and also plus because most comedians are like hamburgers, chicken fingers,
Oh, yeah.
Dude, right?
pizza. Like that's exactly what. Like you're the only one who gave an adult dish.
I was like, fucking
Yeah.
finally.
Good, making it
It's
work,
making
baby.
fucking real food.
Yeah,
You know?
this is because. Well, listen, we've been on the road for how many years doing this? I appreciate a meal. First of all, it's hot, and I don't have to bite through the plastic first.
Real.
You know.
That's funny.
It's kind of where it comes because when you do the road clubs, and especially when you start out, you'll have these crappy owners that are like left side of the menu only,
Yeah.
right sides for the customers, left sides for you. And
We
you're
got
like, oh.
one lobster left, and we're not giving it to you.
You got eating off the kids' menu, fucking chicken
I
fingers.
definitely
and
did a gig. One of the gigs I did with Geraldo. We were playing, I think it was Catch in Rhode Island at a dog track.
Yeah,
And-
I did that. The casino at the dog track. I did that.
Not even a real casino, a slot machine casino. I didn't have. This is it wasn't
Jake's
They-
58.
they were nice. They were nice folks, but they were like, So Greg, the headliner, he can order because they were attached to a steakhouse. He can order from the steakhouse, but not you.
Yeah.
And we're both we're just standing there like, what? So Geraldo was like,
such a slap in the
Sir
face.
Geraldo was like, I hate. Let him eat. What? Why are you
Yeah.
saying this?
Yeah. Geraldo can get the porterhouse. You want a lifesaver? This is really good. Tell me again. The cream sauce?
Yeah, so it's basically like the broth that the clams created.
Yeah.
A little bit of heavy cream.
Yeah.
And that's kind of taken down with some garlic and thyme. And then it's just
A lot of butter. Saw the butter.
yeah.
Do you want my
Yeah, but
hands?
but
It's the right amount of
but it was
butter.
you thinned it out. It's not
Yeah.
it's not clumpy. It's all thin and
At all.
Yeah, so the water from the pasta is that like creates like the sauce that comes together, coats the noodles. That's really the difference. Like
it's
when
not over salted.
exactly. I mean, you really you don't need to add very much salt because clams have a natural salinity, right? So
But if you got to salt the water, that was the big thing.
Yeah.
Stir it, it's gonna stick.
exactly.
Salty
Gotta
like
salt
the
the water,
sea.
that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't actually add any salt.
Did you
after-
drain? And I have to ask, did you drain the clams through a cheesecloth? Because there's no sand whatsoever.
No. I just ran them over a little bit of cold water with some salt. Takes about 10 minutes, and then they'll leach all the sand out of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I gotta do. I mean, also just get clams from a great place, and
Yeah.
they won't be shitty and dirty.
Yeah.
So
The fermented chili is a delight.
yeah. No,
Yeah.
I was really happy I had some of that left. That's it's from last summer actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Happy anniversary.
Right? Well, it's not summer yet.
The breadcrumbs are a nice texture too.
Yeah.
Texture's great.
I don't know if you guys talked about that already, and I ignored it, but
That was like when I first started cooking and I saw that you can put breadcrumbs on pasta. It just blew my mind. Like I'd
Sure.
never seen it before.
I have to ask, where you come down if I was going to put a little Parmesan? Where do you come down with cheese on fish?
I mean, it
Because
could
old
work.
Italians will cut you.
It could work. I don't know. Whatever it is, man.
The old Gindaloons will be
Try
like,
everything once, right?
Do we
Yeah,
have
they
Parmesan?
go, "What?"
Do we want a bite with Parmesan?
I ate the whole thing.
No. I mean, I don't know, man. I wouldn't put it on mine, but
Don't need it now. Don't need it.
yeah, whatever.
Oh wow, he really tackled the bowl.
Wow.
Oh yeah, I'm eating like escaped prisoner.
I got dessert cookies too. Rocco's,
Oh,
you
Rocco's,
did
yeah.
dessert cookies.
Italian cookies.
Awesome.
Not on. This.
I love that.
Yeah. But this is just
Seems like you might,
Yeah?
you might enjoy that, man.
just sparks coming off.
Really? When was the last time you had linguine in clam sauce?
Years.
Years.
I'm serious.
Bucatini.
Yeah.
I apologize.
I'm serious.
Yeah, what's a bucatini?
So
Sounds like a dance.
So like the really cool thing about the noodle is that if you look at it, it's like hollow on the inside.
Yeah, I got
So that's the reason why I used it, because then the cream sauce goes into the noodle, and then when you bite it, it like pops. You know, it's the little things.
Yeah. It's like the penny alla vodka.
Exactly.
There it is.
Pennies are two.
Right? Yeah, like it sucks in the sauce,
Yeah.
and then you can
It's a good
kinda,
vehicle for the sauce.
That's all pasta is.
Do we have more?
For the
Do we have
sauce.
more for you?
No, I can't. He's got cookies coming. I got a nice.
You wanna ruin your
Ref,
day,
can
man.
you grab the box for me on the table, bud?
This is.
Want to get a
great.
shot of the cookies too?
Wow, this
Oh, yeah.
excellent.
Raph, thank you for that.
Yeah,
Raph.
do you
Need more? You need more, Adam?
No, it was
what I
worth.
do.
That was worth the year's wait right there.
Oh, no, damn it. We forgot pictures, didn't we? All right, don't worry about it. We're covered. We videotaped the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll take a screenshot.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. John was an ace. He was in the kitchen. He got it all. So I'm not worried about the shot.
Oh, yeah?
Now we're
Did
just.
that happen?
And for everyone watching, wondering who the guy is wandering in the background, that's me.
Wait, Adam, before we do cookies, where do you come down on antipasto? What are you filling your plate
Wow.
with? Yeah.
Antipasto.
Because we're talking Christmas Eve, right? This is Christmas Eve.
Soprasad, the dried sausage.
Yeah. A little
Yeah, yeah,
soprasad.
You
A
don't
little
have that?
cappy.
I don't eat meat that much anymore.
Wow.
Why not?
He's LA now.
That and the digestive system is just like, look, I don't know what you think
Sure.
we're gonna do.
Yeah. Nature's first green is gold.
Yeah.
Just, you know.
And my wife's got me on now. I'm on a probiotics. I got all that,
Okay.
which means I eat raw sauerkraut. That's all it means, because it puts the good bugs in your system.
Yeah.
What they don't tell you is there's a German Oompa band in my lower intestine.
Amazing. And
Oh,
this.
look at that!
So this is Rocco's Bakery on Bleecker Street. They've been there forever. They're fantastic. Maybe you can tell me what the cookies are.
That's the pignoli nut. Mm-hmm. That's my favorite. As I burp into the mic. This is it's the chocolate in the center. I don't know.
I love that.
what they call it.
I always go for those.
That's good. It's probably marzipan on the bottom, which looks like the flag of Paraguay.
Here,
You just-
here.
yeah,
Yeah, no, those are the best.
The Paraguayan.
the Paraguayan cookies. But the
Tricolor ones are so good.
yeah.
Love those.
Well, jump in. Don't be shy. That's what.
Give me a minute. I'm still digesting the.
We had Bert on the show.
Yeah,
Bert,
Gregson.
yeah, and he came in drunk with ice cream and then proceeded to eat a bunch of barbecue.
Really?
Yeah.
He went barbecue. What'd you feed him?
That was the one show that I couldn't do.
Oh, okay.
We had a barbecue guy from upstate New York, Handsome Devil Barbecue, and he was like ribs, brisket, and everything else. But I'm just saying because Bert had ice cream in his mouth when he was eating a rib, and I was like, I guess
This was the levels of this. You can't. You don't,
no, this is beautiful.
Ice
This
was
is
lovely.
Yeah.
It really was lovely.
but you got to enjoy it. I mean, you're still like the first. You get the cream, then you get the clam, and then you get that.
if you're eating Italian in New York City, where do you go?
If I'm eating Italian in New York City, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
I
Do you have
go to
any
my
going
mother's house.
spots? I know, but I'm
if
saying
I'm
you're going
here,
to-
I'm going to my mother's house. If
If
I'm this
if
close
you're
to
going
my
out to
mother's
dinner,
cookies,
Yeah.
going out to dinner, where do you
I
go?
don't go out. What do you recommend? What are you selling?
What's that place around the corner? Right next to the firehouse, right next to Anderson Cooper's
No
place.
Why are we giving away Anderson's address? Just kidding.
That's hilarious.
a little on the nose.
You know, the night I got past here, I went through Anna Wintour's garbage.
That's how you celebrate?
That's how I celebrated.
Yeah, I don't really.
Il Molino.
El Molino?
okay.
Okay.
El Molino.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's,
really
it's
have
right
good
over.
spots, honestly.
All right.
don't
What was
really
it?
go out to eat.
Greek Molivos on 7th is pretty good if you like Greek food.
Okay.
Molivos?
Molivos.
Yeah, it was good.
Nice.
Yeah. But I really don't, I don't go out much to eat. This was a big treat for me right here.
So what do you eat while
You're a big treat for us, Adam Ferrara.
Stop it.
There it
You.
is.
Stop
What
it.
was I going to do?
What do I eat? I get up.
capitalize
I have
on
the protein shake in the morning. I miss carbs.
Mm-hmm.
I look at like eggs and toast, and I'm like, I remember those days. Sometimes I go down to the Soup Burger and get an omelet. Sit there and I'll write. And at lunch I'll have whatever I'm going to eat, a piece of fish and some vegetables, and then I stop eating at 8 o'clock because I'm doing the intermittent fasting. So I stop eating at 8 o'clock.
Why you have the skin of a teenager.
Hey, man, you look, definitely
For the
look
listeners,
very,
he's
very healthy.
glowing.
Thanks. So you don't eat after 8 o'clock, and then if I'm alive the next day at noon, I have lunch, and then yeah,
I know.
and
It's
you
hit or
drink
miss.
water. And you know what I also had? I used to drink a lot of mineral water.
Uh-huh.
Carbonation's not good for us now.
No.
Now I
Can't
know
have
that's
that.
taking the calcium out of my bones.
Yeah.
Because my mom drank all the time. Little salsa.
Seltzer.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and then she's got the osteoporosis, so I took it to the doctor. You go, that carbonation's not good. I'm like, shit.
Is that real?
I don't want to know this.
Yeah, no, you can't take away my fizz.
I know. That's funny. So yes, I found that out. And it's like, when you find out, like I said, the food is fuel. Like the raw sauerkraut and kimchi's supposed to be really good.
Kimchi, all of these
Very
things.
good for you.
Very good for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Healthful. These are fermented chilies. We have some
Yes.
fermentation in this
There
too.
you go.
Huh?
Look, that's part of the diet. I can eat it.
Hey!
Look at that.
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's finish these cookies and this food. Adam, you got anything to plug, bud?
My podcast, the Adam Ferrara podcast, 30 minutes you'll never get back. It's a lot of fun. Who have I had? I don't know when this is going to drop.
Pretty soon.
Pretty soon. Who's on this? Ann Wilson from Heart is on this week.
Amazing!
Oh, she's great.
Well, it lives forever on the internet, so
Yeah,
it's
okay.
like they can go back and listen to
Oh,
it.
okay, cool. If you're a car guy, Jay Leno, Adam Carolla, Wheeler Dealer host Mike Brewer's been on. Nathan Lane did one for me. That was great. I was so nervous.
So lovely.
Changed my shirt twice before the interview. My wife was laughing.
Nathan
at me.
changed your shirt?
No, I changed my shirt twice before I signed up. I'm like, what are you doing? I said,
So
I like the way I look
sweet.
at that one. It was Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top. Gabriel Iglesias did one. Paul, a bunch
Damn.
of comics and stuff. Edie Falco did one. A bunch of the Sopranos guys did. They're good cooks. Steve
So
Sharippas
lovely.
was on the show. He's a really good cook. Yeah.
Didn't he book something in Vegas for a while?
Hey, he used to book the Riv.
Yeah.
He's got cookbooks out. Sharippa's got cookbooks out.
Yeah, I think he's a Long Island guy, too.
Yeah, I had Michael Imperioli on too. He's a Tibetan Buddhist. We talked about meditation for 20 minutes. I had
No
no
way.
idea we're going there. Yeah. Yeah, so I got that.
Oh, the humanity.
Yeah.
God, I want that kind of money that I can become a Tibetan.
You don't need money.
What do you do? I just kind of focus on my...
Listen, you don't want to get into the
Mentality
meditation
of it.
for the cash. It doesn't. OnlyFans maybe. Meditation. It's not a big payday.
Amazing.
Who wants cookies?
Instagram. Anything
Oh
else?
yeah. Follow me at Adam Ferrara on all social media. I got a special on YouTube. It's called It's Scary in Here. It's free. And tour dates.
Terrific. Raph, plug the shop, man.
So we got at Chef Raph NYC on the Gram, and I just started Something Good Hospitality. So we're doing private events and pop-ups all over.
If you got someone you want to impress, you need a private chef, call Raph.
Exactly.
Get the linguine and clam sauce.
It's actually very good.
And
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we are planning to open a bar on July 1st with Shaw and Weber as well. It's like right next door. So
we're never going to see you again?
no,
That's
you
what-
will.
just-
You will,
just-
man. I will make time. I really, really enjoy coming here. So as long as you give me a couple.
How
days.
lovely.
Mehran?
Yeah, I'm Mehran, at the Mehran on Instagram, and I'm back at the Cellar hosting here all the goddamn time. The Dirty Show on Monday nights at 10. I'm hosting all the goddamn dirty shows.
Wait, I have to come to one of your dirty shows. Okay. At Kit Reynolds on Instagram, at Reformed Hot Girl on TikTok. That's it.
Okay, you can find us on all platforms at The Cheat Day Show. You can also Patreon, YouTube, also as well as Instagram. I'm Ryan Reiss. You can find me at RR Comedy or The Comedy Cellar on Monday night's 10:45 show.
Oh, that's right. No, Ryan and I compete.
You do?
Oh, yeah. Look,
What was it? What are you competing with?
against our shows are at the same time in the same building.
Oh, that I
Yeah,
His
but we're
10,
also
10:45.
competing
that
for
I
good
didn't know.
looks.
I didn't know. I
I lose every
I
time.
thought like the show was you guys just naked with one wrist tied and a buck knife.
You got it.
That's the only fans. That's
I'm meditating
That's
during it.
Patreon.
Adam Ferrara, you're I
awesome,
swear to
dude.
God,
So-
singularly charismatic. What a treat it was to have
I
you.
enjoyed my cheat day with you guys. Thank you so much for the
We
carbs
love you.
and the
you were
laugh.
fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All
I'm
right,
gonna have a
guys.
aioli cookie.
Yeah, get into it.
Have a good one.
There we
Cookie
go.
time. Bye.
Well done.
Thanks, man.
Thanks for listening to the Cheat Day Show podcast. To learn more about our show, the hosts, the comedians, our guests, our chefs, and more, visit our website, thecheatdayshow.com. Also, follow along with us on our social media at The Cheat Day Show on Instagram and Twitter. Future episodes can be found in all the places you get your favorite podcast. Our show is also sponsored by the world-famous Comedy Cellar on McDougal Street in New York City's Greenwich Village. Visit ComedyCellar.com for show lineups happening 7 days a week. Later, cheaters.